Hey everybody, Bloodbin Bobby here, and here I am with somebody you might recognize. It's Ross Siev. How are you doing, Ross?
I'm doing good, Bobby. It's been a really weird 2020, and now it capped off with 2021 of Fry's Electronics, one of my favorite stores in the whole world, now being shut down for good. But
Yeah,
yeah,
so that's what
it's
we're here to
sad.
talk about today, the sudden announcement that Fry's is closing nationwide. I mean, if for people watching or really anybody, if you go to Fry's website, instead of seeing the usual like online store, you literally just get this press release straight up. And I'm gonna actually read like just a little bit. In the final video, I'll have a link down in the description. So the statement started off by saying, quote, after nearly 36 years in business as the one stop shop and online resource for high tech professionals across 9 states and 31 stores, Fry's Electronics Inc., Fry's or company, has made the difficult decision to shut down its operations and close its business permanently as a result of changes in the retail industry and the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. The company will implement the shutdown through an orderly wind down process that it believes will be in the best interest of the company, its creditors, and other stakeholders. And again, I'll have a statement down below in the description. So, Ross, tell us about your thoughts on Fry's and maybe some memories, because you mentioned that it was one of your favorite electronic stores.
Yeah, it's like I think since I live in San Diego, I grew up in San Diego. I went to the Fry's and like there was like two Fry's in San Diego, one in San Marcos and the one in a bit south, like it's close to downtown San Diego in a way. I've been to the downtown's Fry's, like I think like man, I'm drawing a blank. Like maybe when I was 5 or 6 years old, and this was like back in 1998
Mm-hmm.
or 1999. Yeah, I remember that Fry's is like it was bustling. It had a daycare center, which I remember being in because I was
Wow.
like young enough to be in it,
Mm-hmm.
and like I always remember just like I think every weekend or so I've always just want to go to Fry's. I go into like the newspaper ads and I just like trying to find a good sale on like a video game or like a movie, and I just like constantly beg my dad to that I just want to go to Fry's until sometimes he relents, or sometimes he just like maybe finds an excuse like okay fine I'll just take you to Fry's. And like but one of the other reasons why I like going there is just like just the scenery alone of just Fry's just like just browsing around, looking at the computers, looking at the monitors, the TVs, the video games, the movies, and like Fry's has like everything. It has like its own food court. It's like you can just watch some guy, some employee just like playing with an RC car, just showing it off. You can awkwardly pass by the DVD adult section. I don't know why they have that. Like they have like everything like Bill Mace for some reason and like computer parts and yeah, and just like fans like just all types of electronics. It's way larger than like Best Buy in a way, but the problem is with Fry's that it was too large, but it didn't really progress to compete against the rising market of like Amazon and like Best Buy, because even Best Buy adapted to the changing market, but yeah, Fry's didn't. But yeah, it's like I think last month when I went to Fry's, they were selling like no name brands, like brands I've never heard of. Like I went into the computer section. They have no Razer, no HyperX, no Corsair. You know what those are, right? You play a computer game, so
Yeah,
what
they're
those
all
are.
familiar to me, yes.
Yeah, and but that Fry's like last month, just like yeah, brands I never heard of. So then I went to like yeah, the game section. Game section is like no games are on sale. Not unlike Best Buy or like Amazon, which is yeah, and even price matching for me. Yeah, it's slightly difficult and sometimes monotonous and not as easy compared to Best Buy. Um, but yeah, like last year when I went to Fry's to get some computer parts, I thought the store was shutting down because everything seemed to be liquidated. Like all the shelves were empty last year. Like every single shelf. It felt like a ghost town. Like I think I was like the only customer there. And this is a contrast to like I think like 10 years ago. At Fry's was like there's always people there, like maybe 20, 30, 40 people there. Like I remember back in 2007 or so, I went to Fry's on Black Friday, and I waited. Me and my dad and my brothers waited in line, like outside of line, and for like 2 hours trying to get into Fry's. And then once we got in,
Dang.
once we got in, the line to the checkout was so long. My dad had to wait in line for 5 hours.
Oh my
It's like the
god.
line, like the store was huge. The store was like, okay, what's a good comparison? What's a good comparison to make? It was like 2, 3 football fields or something. Or like, yeah. So imagine it's like people just lined up, like, and they could fill up the entire football field in a way. Like the line just stretched all around the store. It was insane. But it was like, despite the whole wait, was it? Just like walking around and like the whole experience was just seeing all these many people like just in Fry's on Black Friday was kind of special in a way. And
Hmm.
yeah, because it was just like because I knew this was like the only time when I get to see something like that. And of course, like, this is COVID screwed everything up, but I'm like talking about like other Black Friday events I've been to before COVID. Like Fry's was really special in a way because people just like went there for like the deals or whatever. Like I went to Black Friday. I went to Fry's on Black Friday that day without any plan. So I think we only got like one thing that was on sale, and then everything else wasn't on sale. So
Hmm.
yeah, my dad was like annoyed that time, but I was like stubborn because we had to wait in line for like 2 hours. So yeah, and then like, but that's the thing with Fry's. It was special in a way that it became like the one-stop shop for like all types of just video games and electronics for me.
Hmm.
Like I got my first several PC games from there, like Call of Duty 1, Battlefield 1942, Half-Life 2, Serious Sam, The Second Encounter, and Medal of Honor Allied Assault there. Let's
Hmm.
see. I got the Nintendo Wii on launch day there as I had to wait for opening hours. Like
Nice.
I was planning to get like 2 Nintendo Wii's, but then like the customer service said like, yeah, no. It's just like you and your dad together. Are you together? No. It's like so that kind of sucks. Even though it's good.
Ah.
Also like of course the Fry's that's close to your place in Orange County. That's the one with like the whole I think Egyptian theme, right? Like
There was actually
what
two near me.
was
The one in Anaheim had like a spaceship theme. The other in Fountain Valley, I'm not sure how to describe. It had like sort of this nature thing with like lots of like plants and foliage.
okay. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking about this other Fry's in San Marcos. But yeah, my Fry's was like it didn't have any theme at all, sadly. So I was like really
Oh.
surprised when I discovered that other Fry's had like an Egyptian and a nature and like a UFO thing. And I'm like, damn it, I missed out.
Hmm.
But oh well.
Oh,
Yeah. But
see.
the problem is with Fry's is like it became my main place for like shopping for computer parts. And of course, San Diego doesn't have a micro center, so but like Irvine does, which I'm not gonna make the trip. No, but the thing is, just for us, like I said before, it has gone way too big for its own good, and it couldn't like properly like change with the times. Like some of the main issues I had with Fry's was like a lack of a rewards program compared to say Best Buy or so. The customer
Hmm.
service just blows. Let's see. I already mentioned price match system. Oh yeah, the product availability and just a lot of the products are just super expensive compared to say like Amazon or well, Best Buy is always expensive, but yeah, just pretty much Amazon in particular. Like I get if I want to get a USB wire for like 10-foot USB wire, I just go on Amazon and pay like maybe 8-10 bucks for it. At Fry's is like maybe 20 bucks or 15 bucks. So something like
Jeez.
that, but and it's maybe unreliable in a way. But yeah, Fry's was pretty special. Like I've had a lot of great memories there, like just meeting different people, like playing Street Fighter 4 with like random strangers while the gameplay was shown on this giant jumbotron that was like that you first see when you walk into the store. And just like I've met someone there who I haven't seen for several years. Did not want to see that person again, but oh well. Um, but yeah, like Fries. It's like a lot of kids like they have like their personal playground that's like just out of the norm and not like a McDonald's play place or a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. Like people had like
Hmm.
kids had like Home Depot or like I don't know the living room. But for me, like my playground, like when I was a kid, was just Fry's Electronics. And as much as I hate to see it go, I totally understand why it had to go. So, Bobby, back to you.
Yeah.
Um, Tell me
Yeah.
about your thoughts and like your memories about going to Fry's Electronics.
Okay. So, admittedly, I didn't have quite as much as an extensive experience of going to Fry's, which I think another reason why they started to struggle was just that there were just too few locations. So, like I mentioned before, that like two I lived close to were in Anaheim and Fountain Valley, but even though those aren't like super far, I could get to those places in 15 to 30 minutes. Part of the issue was just that there were just like other nearby options. Like, okay, I'll just go to like my local Best Buy, or I'll just go if I want to see the new iPhone, I'll go to the local Apple store. And as you said, there was always Amazon. Like Amazon and eBay, frankly, is where I make 90% of my purchases, especially these days because of COVID. But I still do have most of my memories with fries actually came from the newspaper ads. I remember because like when I was a kid, my dad started to catch on that like I was starting to get into computers and video games. So every time the fries newspaper ad would be like in the LA Times, he would say, "Oh, here you go. Here's the new fries," and then I would always be looking at it and see all the cool things. It's kind of interesting how it seems like a common thing where people seem to have like their first experience buying like their first game or first product usually came from fries, which is probably a sign that their glory days have been long behind us. Like I remember going there and getting my first Kingston flash drive. I think it was like a 256 megabyte drive, which shows just how far technology has advanced. And I think I even got it wasn't our family's first computer, but the compact Presario PC that my family, and I still can't believe that thing still works to this day. That was way back in 2005, and my parents still use that as an office computer. I mean, it's not good for watching HD videos, but it's like fine for typing Word documents. And actually, the very last time that me and my family went to a Fry's, we went to the Fountain Valley one, and my sister and dad were looking for some kind of alarm battery, and we just started looking around the store. And yeah, like you were saying, it felt really empty. It sort of has that Kmart Sears problem where it just feels really like, kind of old and tired, and it doesn't feel like it's been updated in years. I do appreciate that. I like this idea that most of the stores had like a different theme. So Anaheim had the like a spaceship theme, and Fountain Valley had more of a like a outdoorsy sort of theme. I think that was a good way to set themselves apart. But it's kind of like what you were saying, where it just feels like even though it's great that the store was really big and it offered all sorts of products, whether it be computers, video games, or TVs, part of the problem was because they weren't doing so well, partially because of internet and also more recently because of the pandemic, that it was they just I think it was just that they couldn't afford to make upgrades and spruce up the place, and that's why the stores were so empty. I remember seeing are you familiar with this YouTuber named Bitwit?
No, I'm not. Can you explain them?
He's a guy who builds like a gaming PCs, and he did a video where he kind of like went around a Fry's, I think one in Burbank and the Las Vegas location. And his local one was like, really like empty and barren, just like the ones we went to. Whereas Las Vegas, they did the sort of thing where they put like products on the shelves, like mostly just to look like they're full and to impress people who were going to Vegas for CES at the time. So I think it's just in a way they kind of just got too big for their own good. And as for the customer service problems, since I was really young when I used to go to Fry's, I can't really speak from my personal experiences, but I've heard part of the reason was because since they started off in Silicon Valley, they didn't have to hire like really super experienced staff because Silicon Valley, most of the people there are like really experienced with the product. So it's like, why do I need help? So it sounds like they tried applying that sort of practice to their other stores, but as a result, because of that, like I remember reading in The Verge that a lot of like the staff were like really inexperienced and didn't know much about the products. I mean, was that your experience with the customer service?
I'd say for me, it was more so of like just trying to price match stuff and also just trying to return stuff. I don't really go to Fry's for like computer technician related stuff or like just trying to call up Geek Squad or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, it's just though. Though I do remember like funny story. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
back then, like I used to like collect coins and like keep it in a piggy bank, and then I roll them up and I put them like in a paper tube. That's like every time I get like 10 quarters, $20 worth of quarters, put them like in a paper. So
Mm-hmm.
so instead of going to the bank to like exchange it for cash, I went to Fry's and my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought like maybe a game that was like worth $60 or so. So I
Uh-huh.
have $60 worth of quarters. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
my dad took my coins, went to the cash register, and the clerk said, "Okay, I'll accept these, but I have to count all of them." It took him 30 minutes to count all of these quarters. And
Yeesh.
look, if that guy didn't, that guy obviously could have like turned us away, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And but that guy right there was like, he was excellent at that customer service.
Mm-hmm.
That, or he just really hated his job and just wanted to like find an excuse for like something else to do. But either way,
I see. Yeah.
it. But either way, that experience alone made me a tiny bit more reliant on Fry's employees in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but most times, like the employees there, like most employees, I think later on, as like the store's lifespan just like eventually died out or something, the employees just seem more and more bored or something. Or just like because not that many people just like come by, and I think it's like the whole atmosphere of like the store, just like nearing the end of its
Yeah.
life. Yeah, like you said, Bobby. Like you think it's because of COVID, but the thing is, like, I stopped going to Fry's like even before COVID because, yeah, because of like Amazon and Best Buy, they just have way better services and options available. Even Newegg too. Just returning stuff and also just like the product availability. Like Fry's just barely has anything, but I can just go on Newegg or like Best Buy. I mean, right now, computer parts like can't find them anywhere. It's like Scalper's got them all. but
Uh,
but yeah, like back then, like when scalpers weren't a thing, when they were too busy selling stuff selling stuff from Supreme and not selling like RTX 3060s and all that. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, this pretty much like Fry's just has nothing, and I still can't fully comprehend why they had nothing when Best Buy, Newegg, and Amazon have something. Like even last year.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I just find it like
yeah, we're
it
not.
was kind of weird to me, like how come Fry's was struggling, but from what I see, Micro Center is thriving. Like I've seen the videos. Like I wanted to actually go to that one in Irvine because I used to work a job where I had to drive all the way to Irvine. So, but yeah, I think it just came down to factors. I mean, I don't personally think it's just because of COVID. Like I've also haven't been going to them even like before Fry's was struggling due to how like because they were so big they couldn't be like put in like the local mall or something like that where it's just too little space, whereas with something like Best Buy or Apple or those kind of stores, since they could be more flexible. I mean, the Best Buy I live near it's in a shopping center, but it's not in a mall. But I've seen like videos of people going to the shopping mall and there's the Best Buy. So I think it just sort of came down to really several factors. And I think one of the reasons why I like started shopping on Amazon was because I just basically could find better deals. And I also, when I can, like to buy some of my products. I don't mind buying used products instead of having to buy every single thing new, where I could do that on Amazon and eBay. Was that even like a possibility at like Fry's, or is it just new stuff? That's
But
it.
buying used stuff. I think buying used, man. I don't think I've ever bought anything used at Fry's. Um, I think they do. I do know Best Buy does it. They sell like used products, but it has to be actually working. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm drawing a blank here. um, let's see. Yeah, I'm just drawing a blank. I just used products.
Yeah.
Though I do know that um, like one of the things I just don't like shopping online that much because just returning it is kind of a hassle. Because like, oh, if something doesn't
Yeah.
work, then you had to find a box to put the stuff in, and if you don't have a box, then you have to like buy something else, and hopefully that box is big
Hmm.
enough. um, and then you have to like go to UPS or like go on a warranty website or whatever. What about Best Buy? Just like you go back to the store, you give them the product, and they're like, okay, we'll take it, done. And so Fries is
Yeah.
like it's pretty much sort of the same thing, except man, I think only my dad has like that experience with Fries, just like returning stuff, but he's always complained about it. So that's what like I feel most of like the criticism I have for customer service is from him because of
Hmm.
because of his experience of like just trying to return some products, I guess. But and sometimes like they don't accept it for whatever reason. And not like just like if it's a game or a movie that's been open, it's more like some other random product or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. So
I see. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually hoping that when the pandemic was over, I was kind of hoping against hope that if Fry survived, I could probably have gone on there because one of my sort of goals in life was to build my first ever computer because I've been watching videos from a lot of tech YouTubers who have been doing it for years, and I was wondering if one of these days me and my sister could give it a try, especially because like my sister is like really good at like doing repairs. It's kind of like the secret talent that we sort of unfolded from working on laptops and smartphones. But and the reason I wanted to, oh, what were you gonna say? Are you gonna say
You live in
something
Orange
else?
County, Bobby. Don't you have a micro center? Like there's a
Yeah,
micro
well,
center
no,
in Irvine. It's a
I live like in a town in a city that's like right between like LA and Orange County, but like Irvine is still like 30 to 45 minutes away from where I live. So like that was one of the reasons why I didn't really go to Fry's or Micro Center. Like the reason I heard about Micro Center was because I would always pass by it on my way to work, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then I started seeing some tech YouTubers say they got, I think, like sponsored by them or at least recommended it, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is a really serious place. So yeah, so I'm just thinking maybe like I'll start um going there after the pandemic, if anything, to like start like picking up parts. I'm not going to make promises as to when. It's more of like a long-term sort of goal, because I think it would be cool to like if I could build like a really good video editing PC, especially since I've been like into computers ever since I was like 8 years old and always helping out my family. I'm just thinking that it's about time that I at least tried. So, but now that Fry's is gone, it's like, well, I'm just gonna have to look into other options.
Yeah, even even then, it's like I said, when I went to Fry's like last month and the year before that, yeah, it was pretty
Hmm.
much deadish. I'm pretty sure if there's no COVID, maybe potentially it can bounce back. But looking at Fry's is like some stores just trying to do like an all around kind of thing. Like they want to be
Hmm.
like Walmart or Target, where they just like have so many different options for people. But I feel that's like
Yeah.
kind of like the dust knell, the dust knell or something like it's like sales too. Like they're trying to be all around, like just trying to do everything, just trying to sell everything, like different types of stuff, like not just clothes, but like hardware and gym products and like all that stuff. And with Fries, is like yeah, it wants to be everything, but it's not really focused on one thing. It could have like Fries could have been like like successful if they actually, like I said, like I keep saying, just adapted to like the market or and just apply it with the consumer taste. But yeah, they didn't. And yeah, there was Micro Center. Uh, Micro Center is like yeah, just continues to keep thriving in a way because of just
Yeah.
well, I've never been to one, so I'm just assuming here. I assume they only just sell computer parts and whatnot. Maybe stuff for computers, and that's all I know about it.
Hmm.
Never done any research on microsensors. I'm just spitballing, but that's the main gist I get from it. And plus,
Hmm.
I heard that it's like way smaller and just more mundane than other fries. No like fancy theme or anything. So yeah, like maybe one day I'll check out Micro Center and maybe I'll check it out with you, or I can just like maybe help you pick out your computer parts because I've built my computer right here.
Oh,
It's
cool.
broken, but it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Um.
but yeah, I think maybe that's one of the reasons. I mean, if somebody has could let us know more about Micro Center, or could let us know in the comments below. Because I know that my commenters tend to be really helpful and friendly people. But yeah, that's the gist that I got. Like Micro Center was not all about like the fancy themes or having really gigantic stores. It was just the kind of thing where they just strictly focused on computer parts. And actually, funny enough, that Verge article I was referring to, and I'll have a link down below, was saying that Samsung stopped selling stuff at Fry's because like Fry's like got to a point where they couldn't even like pay their bills to Samsung. So that might explain why you saw that they had like a bunch of no-name brands, or in Bitwit's case, there was either very little product, or they would just try to like stock the shelves with like whatever they could to make the store seem like it was full of stuff. So yeah, so I think in Fry's case, I'm so like I'm a little torn on it because I appreciated how they didn't just want to be like, oh, any other random boring computer store. We're going to have our stores decorated after a certain sort of theme, but it just kind of feel like in a way that it just kind of it shot themselves in the foot. So I'm not really sure what they could have done. It just kind of feels like if they were to modernize, they would have to let go of one of those things. Like they would have to either build like a smaller stores, or maybe they would just have to like abandon the theme thing, which I know it sounds really sacrilegious, but I'm thinking, just trying to think in a way, what could be a way that they sort of modernize? Because I think that's why like stores like Walmart, Target, or even like Apple stores, they were able, one of the reasons that they were able to stay is because they sort of modernized. And also like I also like think I don't know if like Fry's could have gotten into like doing like maybe like I'm just, this is more of a crapshoot and I'm just kind of spitballing ideas, but I'm just thinking, what if they did like more of like hands-on things, like offered like or like sort of classes to like help like people learn how to use computers, like kind of like what Apple does. But I don't know, because that wasn't the sort of store that Fry's was about. It was mainly a store to go and buy electronics per se. And also with all these reports of people saying that the customer service wasn't good, it just kind of feels like it was a sort of unrealistic like change. Probably the more realistic thing was they either like sort of shrunk down, and maybe if they shrunk down they could have probably like opened some more stores. Like if they became like sort of Best Buy size, then maybe they could have had more of a chance. Although it's the sort of thing where it's like I think of an idea, but there's also a big caveat, because the problem is if they were to shrink down, then they would have to lose like the different themes, and then they would just fall into the problem of we're just a random computer store, and just being a computer store or doesn't really work in this day and age of Amazon. And that's why, we've lost like CompUSA and Circuit City, right?
And also like Radio Shack, I guess, if they count. But um, let's see. Yeah, um, yeah, I do like Amazon though. I feel like right now with like COVID and whatnot, it's starting to prove like
Hmm.
just online shopping is difficult because I mean it makes sense why people just shop online because COVID. But um but I don't think anything will just replace just like the brick and mortar retailers because it is the one place where bots don't really have like any effect on at the retailers somehow, except for like maybe just like one guy bringing like his group of like 10 friends to just each buy like a $600 graphics card and then like later sell on
Right.
eBay. But that's a whole different other type of thing. Um, but yeah, like with Fry's gone, like you said, it removes another option for like consumers. It sucks, yeah. It's like, but Fry's has made a lot of mistakes, and like you said, I think they didn't just like mess up with Samsung, but messed up with like potentially a lot of other big name brands too, and because it couldn't pay the bills. Uh, but because of they couldn't
Yeah,
pay
so
the
it
bills,
probably
it's
isn't
like,
just.
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that like it probably wasn't just Samsung, and The Verge was like saying that as an example, because yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened with a lot of the other brands that you mentioned. Because I don't know, I'm trying to remember, could I even find, I'm not saying they got in like trouble with Razer, I'm just saying that I'm not sure if I could find, if I remember seeing like a Razer product like at a Fry's. Like again, I think it was mostly like the no-name brands or brands that I've never heard of.
Yeah, yeah. I remember they used to sell Razor products and like just these big name brands, like maybe, man, when was the last time I've been to Fry's? Like before that previous year, maybe like 2 years ago, 3, 4 years ago. Yeah, they sell big name products. I don't know the last months. I think they're selling Apple brands or something. But then beyond
Yeah,
that,
I
it's just like
remember they
any other
used to sell
brand. Yeah,
Macs.
no. Yeah. Um, man, just thinking about these products is like I wish they were doing a going out of business sale, so I can just like just comp all of these like different products. But I'm pretty sure. Man, I have no idea what's going to happen to those products anyway now. Like
Is it?
I wish, yeah, they were just doing it going out of business and sale, so I can like go there, maybe buy some computer parts if they have any, or buy some braille mace or whatever that's on sale. Doesn't matter. But yeah, it's uh, but yeah, they just shut that. They just say, I mean, one of the things I kind of don't like, but I understand, is just like they just suddenly announced that they're just shutting down for good. to the employees, and that was it. They just following day, doors are closed, doors are locked, and no one can get in, no one can get out.
Yeah. So that's
Like, why did I say
insane.
that
So
last part?
you can't literally go inside. It's just like doors are closed. We're done. See you later.
Yeah, and I'm pretty. Yeah, there's no liquidation sale. Sadly, I wish there was. Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's
but
insane because usually when a store chain closes their doors, they at least have like a going out of business sale, which is still sad to see, but it's it's like give your like customers a chance to like at least buy something for like a really good price if it's their last opportunity. I'm kind of sounding like I'm talking about like the closure of Toys R Us, but it's just so strange. And I hope it wasn't a case where it's like the employees found out at the last minute because like that's a horrible will look on fries. I mean, I'm not sure if that was the
from what
case,
I
but I hope it's like they found out at least a little in advance because it's literally, yeah.
yeah okay, so I read on Reddit, like on Fry's electronic subreddit. One of the
Yeah.
employees who worked there said like that's like they were just like at closing hours they were called into a meeting by the manager,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when they got the news that like there was no like notice, like 2 weeks notice or whatever, because I think they said on the
Mm-hmm.
website too, like it was like in the business memo, they have to like announce it suddenly so to avoid like any sort of like just as a precaution, because if you do like maybe a liquidation sale, there's probably going to be like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people there, and it's going to be like a super spreader event or something. But heck, I
Oh,
would,
but
yeah,
still.
exactly. Like
So it was,
5 hour alliance is gonna be a thing again to do liquidation sale. Um,
yeah.
but man, like I just want like just one final look, just inside like I've been to Toys R Us when they were doing liquidation. I've been to Radio Shack when they were doing liquidation. But like a
Mm-hmm.
place like Fry's or Soup Plantation, I don't know, Soup Plantation is the restaurant. Like I just want to be in there just for one final time, just to like get a bask in like the scenery and all those memories inside, and then maybe take some pictures. After that, just like bounce out. But
Yeah. So
you
now,
don't
yeah,
really
I think
know.
the main,
But yeah, you don't really know when. Okay, I'm quoting The Office here, but let's see.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember the quote. You don't really know when you're in a good days until it ends. So
Ooh,
yeah, that's what sucks about Fries. But yeah, sorry, Bobby. Keep going.
yeah. No, I was just about to say, but since it sounds like they're just like shutting the doors and not even doing like a going out of business sale. It sounds like the only people who are going to get those opportunities to take those pictures, because it would sound cool if people got to like take a picture near like the space shuttle at like the Anaheim store, that kind of thing, is mainly going to be like YouTubers. Have you ever seen those YouTube videos where they go into like stores that have been like long out of business and they explore them? Like, have you ever seen those videos, like Ace's Adventures?
I've seen some people, but they've done it. It's not strictly legal that they've went into those stores somehow. So I can't really speak for them. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really watch like most YouTubers who like go into these type of stores. Though, man, I should really check out like the Fries video of that YouTuber. What was his name again? The YouTuber
Which
who went to
one?
the Fry's Electronics Store, like the guy who went to the
Bitwit?
Fry's Electronics Store like maybe months ago when it was like empty.
That yeah, I
The
saw that
bit
from Bitwit, but that
something.
was before the pandemic. He
Okay.
like went in there like just
Oh,
before the
okay.
pandemic it hit, and like he was showing how like empty it was and how they had yeah, so like the Burbank location was very empty, and the Las Vegas one had stuff on the shelves, but it was mainly like they just put like really straight. I think it was like just a thing where they just put whatever products they could on the shelves to make it look like they had enough stock. So, but in essence, both stores, from what Bitwit said, were like struggling really hard. So Yeah, so yeah, that's just kind of evidence that like even before the pandemic, they were in a lot of trouble. But I actually wanted to say you brought up like brick and mortar stores. I mean, I'm also like a believer in this idea that I don't think like brick and mortar. I mean, right now it's kind of on the rocks due to the pandemic, but even I think
Mhm.
after, I can't see it being a thing where it's like completely removed and we're just going to be shopping on Amazon, because I think like one of the really big benefits of brick and mortar is you could usually buy the product like as soon as you can get your hands on it. So, for instance, if I go to Best Buy and I need to buy like a hard drive enclosure, or I could just like go in, get it, and go check out and purchase it. I don't have to do the thing where it's like I have to wait for days to get it. And like I personally don't use Amazon Prime because I want to spend my money in other ways and that kind of thing. But I just think, and also we were talking about how sketchy returns can be, and I could speak from experience. I didn't have to do a return, but I had to send in one of my cameras for repair, and it actually got stolen. Like I heard one of the big problems during the pandemic is because, so much mail is going through, and especially during the holidays, it, from what I understand, it kind of heightens that possibility that a shady person could like try and steal it. Because I remember I sent it to Nikon USA to get repairs, and Nikon got back to me saying we got an empty box. So that's, well, yeah. So that's another really kind of sketchy thing if you have to like send it back for returns. It doesn't happen every single time. I remember my sister got a Microsoft Surface Book and she was able to return it no problem. But there is that sort of risk, even if it's like a very small percentage, that it could get lost along the way. So yeah, yeah, I mean, I still think that brick and mortar is going to take a hit as we've seen, because like all of these stores that were around when we were younger, Borders, Linens, and things, Fedco, like the Good
Mhm.
Guys, Circuit City, and now Fry's are all gone. And a huge part of that, it may not be the complete reason. There is no, I don't think there's like solely one reason, but a big part of that is because people are buying things online, especially these days. I mean, people I think are gonna like go out to like for shop for groceries and things like that. So, they could be fed during the pandemic. But for things like electronics, especially if it's not like super urgent for like their careers, like if maybe it's just a person who's just into PC gaming as a hobby, I think more and more of those people are gonna do that online. And you also brought up like scalpers. I think that's another reason why, because I think one of the reasons why scalpers really started to sprout up is because since everybody's ordering stuff online, the scalpers are going to look at like GameStop and say, oh, let's buy all the PS5s and Xbox Series X's. And I think that's a big part of why whenever I try shopping for a PS5, because like with the Switch, I got that on launch night because I went to physically go get it at GameStop. But now because of the pandemic and it's risky to do that, I have to like kind of like risk the possibility that they might sell out right away because some scalper is, it has like got into the system and bought all the stock and that sort of thing. So I think that's like another reason into why I personally don't think brick and mortar. I mean, it's taking a hit, but I can't see it being the thing where it's like completely evaporated, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, not just scalpers, not just people who are looking to like play games, but also the rise of Bitcoin. And like people
Hmm.
just buying computer parts just to mine Bitcoin, which like 3 years ago there was like a shortage on graphics cards for some reason because people were using it to like mine Bitcoin, and then scalpers found out and they bought the graphics card too, and then that's caused a
Hmm.
shortage. Now, like Nvidia, they announced like a graphics card specifically made for cryptocurrency mining, which a
Oh
lot
my
of people did
goodness.
not like. Well, not a lot of
Hmm.
gamers and PC enthusiasts do not like it. Even Linus, Linus, right? Linus Tech Tips.
Yes, yes, yes. I know Linus
Yeah,
Tech
yeah,
Tips.
yeah. He made a video about like why Nvidia made like a huge mistake on just like having this graphics card. But yeah, I'm getting too sidetracked. Um,
Hmm.
so pretty much like computer gaming will always be a thing. crypto mining will unfortunately always be a thing. Scalping will always be a thing, sadly, even though it's not
Hmm.
as fun and doing stocks is better. Um, so yeah, just I think just like was a brick and mortar store just selling only computer parts. It's unfortunate that Best Buy and Micro Center are the only ones left. Though I do have to
Yeah.
say that like Best Buy is everywhere, but Micro Center
Yes.
needs to be everywhere because like Best Buy is sort of an all around kind of thing too, but not as insane as Fry's. Best Buy is a bit more focused in a way. Um, and most of the time, they don't even have the computer ports or whatever. Like they don't like like I said before, like this all crypto mining, and I think usually around the holidays, always like out of stock, even well into spring too. But I think maybe after COVID ends, like maybe computer ports you can like easily find it in stores. But I'm not sure about that. I hope. Man, I really need to go Micro Center because like people just say really good stuff about it. But I really wish there was one in San Diego. I really hope it just takes over that Fry's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really disappointed if it doesn't. Um, yeah, I think man, Fry's. I can't believe
I
they
just
try to
had
be like.
a funny
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just had like a funny idea. The Sears in my hometown has like shut down. So part of me, this isn't gonna happen, and because my mom, they want those kind of department stores, but part of me, I'm just like, Micro Center, please buy that space and build a store because it's just for at least me. I mean, not everybody, but it's like for us, it's like you're too far away for us to get to, especially these days. So, because yeah, part of me
Yeah,
is
like
just,
computer
yeah.
ports. Yeah, computer ports will always like be a huge seller. I'm surprised Micro Center didn't like try to capitalize on it. Like even before COVID, even before like all the pandemic just affecting the shortage, there was still a shortage
Hmm.
for computer parts. Still, it's always going to be like one huge seller. So yeah, I
Right.
wish Micro Center just like pops up in more locations around the U.S. But oh well. But I'm guessing like
Yeah.
they want to stay
Although,
small, otherwise they're gonna end up like fries.
yeah. I mean, I guess one could argue that now, even though yeah, it's sad that Fry's is gone, I guess it could be like an opportunity for like Micro Center to grow. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of sad how like there's not very many electronic stores, like dedicated electronic stores. I think part of it is mainly I kind of see it as more of like a niche market, one that I want to get into more so myself. I mean, I was like overjoyed, I took pictures for the journalism department of the college we used to went to, and as like kind of they said, okay, we'll get you something of like $250 worth of money, and I asked them for an NVIDIA GT 1030. Like even just getting that, I was like, my first, even though it's a very entry level graphics card, I was like, my first graphics card. So I was like, already have like that sort of taste of like what it's like to open a computer, a rather slow office computer, but just putting that in, I was like, okay, I want to do even more. But yeah, I mean, I'm one person who's learned to appreciate like things like competition, and because I like when there are more options out there. Especially because like I don't want to see like electronic stores have what happened to. Have you heard about what happened between Intel and AMD in terms of competition?
Didn't AMD like announce a bicycle or something, and then Intel like announced a new chip, or like a CPU? Or was that like a graphics card
Yeah,
thing? No. Sorry, Bobby. So yeah, that's the only thing I only know about AMD and Intel. But so what's happening between them besides that.
No, what was going on was that like before AMD came out with the Ryzen processors, a lot of people were getting tired that Intel was just releasing like, oh, another quad core processor with 8 threads, and like, oh, look, another quad core processor with 8 threads. And then things got exciting when AMD announced the Ryzen processors that offered like 8 cores and I think 16 threads. Somebody could correct me in the comments, but it's just that kind of thing where I just don't want things to get stale. So
Mhm.
yeah, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm just like, please, Micro Center, I really want to go inside and visit because, like, if it's not gonna happen until after the pandemic, or if any time, then I'm probably just gonna have to go to the one in Irvine, which it might work out, but since like the current company I work for is also based in Irvine, although I haven't had a chance to go there because I've just been working remotely due to the pandemic. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I just kind of felt like I've like said my piece on fries. I mean, it would be nice if they were still here, but just it's just the kind of thing where it's just part of what made them unique, and the might have been what sort of like shot them in the foot. It's just that they had big stores, but that means they couldn't be in as many locations, and they spent a lot of money building up those themes. But as a result of that, and especially when all these factors like Amazon and online shopping was coming, and the pandemic it came, they couldn't afford to update the store. So it just became like a Kmart and Sears problem where the stores started to get really like old and tired, and there were very few customers walking around. And also because they didn't offer as many options as like a Micro Center or a Best Buy. And I think one of the reasons why I'm still interested in going to a place like Micro Center, even though there's a Best Buy like near me, because yeah, there's lots of Best Buys around my area, is because I don't know, I can't always find like computer parts in like Best Buys. It's mainly things like computers, phones, and TVs. Most of the computer parts are just kind of like shoved into
Yeah.
a corner of the store. I mean, I really like this idea of what if it's like a one-stop shop where I could get, those sort of things without having to go on like an Indiana Jones treasure hunt to find it, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah, like if you want to build your own PC, you can find like maybe, I mean, if it's in stock, you can find just like the hard drives or like the CPU or the graphics card or the motherboard. But like,
Hmm.
but I guess for like cables and whatnot, like a cable to connect for like the hard drive or like all the type of cables. Yeah, Best Buy doesn't really have it, I think, compared to like Fry's and Micro Center, which, like I said, it kind of sucks. Like because of course Best Buy, um, yeah, they're not too focused on just PC parts. They're focused on like all types of different electronics. But it's like at least focused on electronics. Unlike Best Buy, where they sell, I mean, unlike Fry's, where they sell like everything. They sell like party party supplies, RC cars, adult stuff, food for some reason. Um, like, yeah, it's and
Yeah, I even heard they got into like children's toys like towards the end of their life, like as sort of a last ditch effort to survive.
so they're pretty much just pulling off a GameStop, pretty much. But
Yes, yeah, basically.
even GameStop, a lot of people suspect it is gonna like eventually die too with GameStop. Like even, which is why the whole like GameStop stock short squeeze happened, because of like the hedge funds.
Yeah.
They want to take advantage of the dying business so they can get like way more money when GameStop eventually dies out.
Hmm.
I'm getting like on a tangent here. Uh, so it's Fry's. I don't know if Fry's has like a public stock option or something. I'm pretty sure someone got paid a lot of money for it. uh,
I heard they're a private company.
okay, okay. Um, so yeah, it was Fry's is yeah, like it. No, no, like I said, they've always been selling like kid toys, if I recall, like RC cars and I get not maybe action figures. So I'm not really sure about that, but it has been geared towards like a lot of people in a way. But yeah, like it's pretty much like they got kind of like GameStop. They got desperate. They just want to
Mm-hmm.
try to appeal to a mass market when in reality
Mm-hmm.
they should have like appealed to like a niche market because the niche market is the people with the most money. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, if
Yeah, that would
Fry's
have been
was
cool
only
too.
like a PC, if Fry's was like a micro center, like just only selling PC parts and maybe some video games, I guess, then maybe it would have continued living. Like they got rid of the daycare center like maybe 5 year like when I got a bit older, but they kept the food court, they kept like everything else. If they like you suggested, like if they had like a class where you just like learn more about like building PCs or like a computer science class, like how some like I've been to malls where like I passed by some stores like a cooking not a cooking store a kitchen appliance store or what they sell like pots pans and all that stuff. Like they also have like classes on like just trying to learn how to cook like certain types of food. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been to like Michael's or like Aaron Brothers where they have like art classes for some reason. Yeah, Fry's
Yeah,
could have
I've seen those.
easily had like a computer science course or like teaching people how to make PCs or and all that kind of stuff. It potentially could have worked, I guess, but yeah, they didn't like I yeah, once again I'm sounding like a broken record. They just couldn't adapt pretty much. They just Fry's was very much stuck in the past, which became its death. Like I have no idea when Fry's first opened up. I think let's see, for me, I only know about it for like 20 years or so. When oh, it was opened up in like
Um,
1985 and then operated until 2021, of course. So, well, only
yeah,
28
because their statement
locations.
said that they were around for 36 years.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
let's see, Best
but
Buy was open around what the heck is Best Buy? Oh, from 1966. What? Uh, Best Buy Company Superstore. Okay, so it was founded in 1966 as like under another name, Best Buy. So I guess they had
yeah,
like a lot of experience and like they just start off small and they just like worked their way up into becoming larger and larger. While Fry's just I think became just large from the get go, and then just didn't know what to do after that. And what
yeah,
year did Micro Center open up? Okay, Micro Center was it began in 2002, and they have 25 locations. So it's not, and of course it's smaller, so it's not like it's not like Fry's. Comp USA was opened up in 1986. Huh. So I guess it's like, hmm. So I'm guessing like maybe yeah, just oh, Radio Shack was open in was founded in 1921. Hmm, that's weird. So yeah, I guess was like Fry's. Just not enough experience, I guess, or just I don't know. Someone's at fault today for like ruining Fry's for everyone. But oh well. Yeah, yeah, got nothing to say now.
yeah. I was
Mhm.
just about to say I found out that from learning about retail history, usually stores they don't start off with like what we know them as present day. It's usually a thing they start as one thing. So like with Kmart, they started off as a store called SS Kresge, and then they tried out
Mm.
this new store called Kmart, and that's what basically they became. So that's just kind of the gist of what I've learned about like retail store history.
Yeah, speaking of Kmart, like I usually see Kmart as like the Walmart in a way, just all around kind of thing, selling clothes, food, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they somehow couldn't compete against Walmart in a way. But I think those are like two different things compared to like say Fry's and Best Buy and Micro Center. Like, of course, we already went over like just how Fry's ended up dying out. Well, Best Buy continued to thrive, and I don't know about GameStop. GameStop is a weird beast altogether. I think GameStop is like, I don't like shopping at GameStop. They don't have price matching or anything, and I don't like being constantly asked if I want to put a warranty down on my game or if I want to pre-order another game. But with Best Buy, I just like go in, find a product, buy it, get out, easy. With Fry's, it's like, well, I'm not gonna shop. I used to shop for a lot of games at Fry's, but yeah, like I said, it's just too expensive. They barely have any sales whatsoever compared to like Amazon and like eBay and Best Buy. Plus, like no rewards options too.
Hmm. Yeah, so it probably would have helped if they also had like better customer service. And I think that's why like we see stores like I know like Joanne is another store where they offer like classes, that sort of thing, of course, talking about. And I think that's also why like when Apple started making their own stores, opinions aside, because I've heard some kind of conflicting things about like the Genius Bar, but I think that's why when they went into retail, they also offered like a repair center and classes, because if they were just another computer store, they would have ended up in Comp USA's shoes, where it's just like they're basically just a computer store, and that's why they're not around anymore. So it's a kind of cliche thing to bring up, but it's just like they had to find their sort of like niche in order to stand out, which could have been um if they offered more computer parts. But I think it was also because they're they were struggling financially that they couldn't afford to keep that stock. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it feels
is
like
there
something they
much
should
more
have done. Like, yeah, it feels like something they should have done like maybe 10 years ago or so. But I'm guessing they didn't like take the whole Amazon and like the whole online market that seriously. It's kind of like Sears too. Like Sears was like huge back then, but now it's like they died out because yeah, they couldn't compete against Amazon and like all the big dogs of like online shopping, because online shopping is just so much easier. Even though
yeah.
even though online shopping and physical retail both have its pros and cons, some outweighing the pros, some outweighing the cons. Um, like just depending on the product that you're getting. Uh, right. But yeah, like I just, but yeah, it was like, back in college I did cover like the whole like, more people want like kids to learn more about computer science. So like when
Hmm.
you mentioned like the classes stuff, that kind of perked me up a bit because I'm like, yeah, because like a lot of people nowadays, like I've been told by someone at UC Irvine that computer science is like the next big thing because everyone's gonna be like on a computer and like, I mean everyone's on a computer now because of the COVID, but
Hmm.
most of like programming and like bug fixing and all that stuff that's out of my league. Um,
Hmm.
like Fry's could have been, they could have seen the writing on the wall pretty much. They could have like been ahead of the game, but
Yeah.
yeah, they somehow refused to. They just decided like, okay, let's become Sears and try to get everyone back with just like multiple different products. Just keep doing what we do best. And oh no, Razer and Samsung, they don't want to sell their products to us. So okay, we'll just get some the random Chinese products that no one's heard of. Oh no, we closed down. Oh well. Oh
Yeah.
man,
So
these
yeah, because I've also
retailers.
heard that like they were one of those companies that didn't really take online seriously until it was
Mhm.
too late, basically. And by the way, some of the yeah, so yeah, I was gonna say something else, but now I'm not so sure. But yeah, I think yeah, it probably would have also helped if maybe they have, if maybe not, I don't know about embracing online, but if they kind of saw the writing on the wall sooner and thought of other ways they could have modernized their stores instead of, again, basically just became the store that just sold computer parts. It probably would have helped them.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I was
and I'm
actually
not sure
just
about
about to
the.
say that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I mean, for things like this USB like splitter that I bought a while ago for my computer, that's the kind of thing where like I'll just go on Amazon to get. I didn't even know these kind of things existed until I started using like Amazon and eBay. But if it's something like if I ever do build that computer I always wanted to build and I need to buy like a case or a new graphics card or those kind of big major purchases, because like I don't want to like have this like big box like plopped outside my doorstep and like it's a big target for like a thief to come and steal it. For that kind of thing I could still see going, driving myself to a store in order to pick that up.
Yeah, like just even driving is sometimes a hassle because like you just gotta like schedule your time all around. Just like, okay, if I'm gonna go to work, okay, maybe right after work. If I don't feel like just going to bed yet, I'll just have to stop at a retailer. Or
Hmm.
if the retailer doesn't have it like close by, but then another retailer has it, okay, I'd like maybe shave off like 15 more minutes or like another hour just to like just drive to this other store. Like I drove
Hmm.
like when I was trying to find a video game that I wanted to buy, I drove like maybe 30 minutes to like a Fry's or a Best Buy just to get a specific game.
Hmm.
Because like the other Fry's and Best Buy, they don't have it close by. So yeah, it has its ups and downs, but I guess it's sort of better than just like waiting maybe 2 days or like a week just to have Amazon ship it to you, or even like just paying for shipping. Though you are paying for gas on the car if you just drive. Yeah, that's a whole different thing. Mm, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I mean, like the largest I would go as far as like buying something online would be like this like laptop that I'm using that I recently just bought since it's fairly small. But if it's something like a 4K monitor or a PC like computer case, I'm just like, no, 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 no. I want to go to a store and pick that up. It's like way like if
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah,
really
yeah. Because
huge
you never
object.
know if yeah, because you never know like for expensive purchases,
Yeah.
it's not that you might get scammed out. It's more so like the hassle and like the risk of like trying to return it. Like you said, you got your camera stolen. Um, and for me, it's
Yeah.
like if I'm buying like a motherboard or like like a computer case or something that's like big and bulky, just to
Hmm.
ship it, just like if you want to return it to like in Amazon, of course you can do free shipping if you return it, but for like other stores, if you want to ship it back or if you want to do the warranty for the yeah, if you want to do the warranty, like most times they don't pay for the shipping, so you got to pay for it yourself. And for like my
Right.
big computer case, yeah, just just the shipping box alone is gonna be like maybe $50 if I want to return the computer case to like
I
or get a
see.
replacement. Yeah. So
Hmm.
yeah, I just prefer just shopping and brick and the retailers for like expensive purchases, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you never know. Hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I
and
have a feeling one oh um yeah, I was just about to say, I had a feeling some might argue, well, in the age of online classes, there's LinkedIn Learning and Skillshare and all that kind of stuff. But for something like if there's something like, learning to build a computer or even just getting help, because like I tried learning how to code using Python in college and it was a nightmare, like even just trying to get help. But for those kind of things, like building a PC, it's like I want somebody experienced to like, tell me if I'm doing this right. Do I have all the cables correct? Am I screwing the motherboard in properly? Because I know it's kind of a controversial topic, like even just like, how to properly build a PC, because everybody else like has their own way of doing things. So it could have been like a potential for Fries if they did offer. It's just the problem is that like with Fries in particular, I'm hearing that because their customer service wasn't really good and their staff was inexperienced, but the problem be they would just have like higher teachers who had no clue what they're talking about.
yeah, pretty Yeah, I'm guessing because like the all options are so low. Like, but I don't know, maybe like I don't know how Geek Squad handles their employees. I don't know how they like get their employees, but they've seemed to be doing something right since a lot of people keep like hiring Geek Squad at a Best Buy. But for fries, I it can still work if you just like, oh man, I'm trying to find the word for it. Like hire the right type of employees for the job, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean
Just
that's
for the
what
classes, yeah.
Fry's would have to, yeah, do. It's just that my concern is I'm not sure if the higher ups at Fry's would have been willing to do that sort of thing. I mean, that's just in general. It's like, just hire, really good staff in itself could be a major selling point to get customers in. And not the kind of thing where it's like at GameStop where it's like they're always asking, because like I know from experience they ask you want to pre-order this game and do you want to sign up for our rewards program? And I know that kind of thing drives a lot of people really crazy. And I'm just like, no, 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 no. I mean, I do pre-order games sometimes, but it's just like, uh, yeah, I'm just like, I just want my product. Oh, hey, nice
That
sweater.
was cold.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, I
Sorry, I
see.
was cold. Yeah. So keep going.
No, I was just yeah, I was basically just saying it's just like when I go in a store, it's just like, just I just want the experience of like, going in, getting the product and getting out, unless I need like assistance, like getting something from a shelf I can't reach, or if I need to ask somebody. And even then, I don't usually ask about like the product itself because I usually watch like reviews on YouTube or even like ask friends, hey, is this a good product to buy? So usually, yeah, when I go in the store, it's just like go in, get the product, get out.
Yeah, and let's see. I'm trying to remember customer service and let's see, all three stores. GameStop, I've never been asked about like what I think about a game or like I just go up to the guy and just yeah, they just hassle me with like I think yeah, it is still a policy they have to do it, just like asking me if I want the warranty or like pre-order something else or if I want to renew my power ups rewards program. With Best Buy, I think they usually ask me if I for a warranty, if I want to buy a warranty on the game, and I always say no. Uh,
Mhm.
and with fries, I don't get hassled at all. I was like, I buy the game and I just get out. Though just pretty much just like price matching in particular and whatnot. Like oh yeah, it was Best Buy. Like when I just like browse around and look at a game, the employees just come up to me and ask if I need any help, which is kind of nice to be
Mhm.
honest. But I'm kind of like Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation, where I'm like, where he just goes into a Home Depot, and there's an
Uh-huh.
employee asking me if he needs help, and Ron says, "I know more than you." I'm like that in Best Buy. I'm like if an employee just comes up to me and I'm like looking at a video game, I'm like, I know more than you. And it's yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of a weird thing to like think about, but I'm like, yeah, I don't need your help. I know what I'm looking. I know what I'm looking for. If I'm just browsing, I'm just browsing.
Mhm.
And yeah, with fries, it's like the customer service there, they're not that really helpful at all in a way. Like they never come up to you when you're browsing and ask if you're like looking for anything or so whatnot. They just stay at like their stupid little table booths or something with the computer. And it's like it's the
Mhm.
only like table you can go to for like to get something. If you just go to just get something price matched or just check for product availability, and that's pretty much it. It's nice that they have like multiple booths throughout like each section of the store,
Mhm.
so it can easily find the employees. But it's also like just seems kind of weird in a way compared to like other stores where employees just walk around like maybe ask random customers if they need help, which I guess attributes into like how customer service works in a way. I don't know what's like the de facto best customer service a retailer has. Is definitely not Walmart. I'm pretty sure the employees hate themselves too. Um, though GameStop, no. I think Best Buy is yeah largely fine in particular. Just because of like Um, like just them just asking other people if they need help with anything, and that's pretty much it. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Although I've
exhausted.
heard some stories that like yeah, although I've heard some stories of Best Buy staff not exactly being the most helpful or not sure what they're doing. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
yeah, I mean so yeah. So I think it's just a kind of a matter of like finding the right person to help. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I don't ever recall like asking a Fry's employee for like how to build my PC parts or whatever. I'm just asking like just looking for specific parts. And then they just say, okay, here, and that's it. Um, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted of like all of my topics, and I really gotta help out my family with some stuff right now. So
So now's a good
yeah,
time to end it.
let's
It's
just wrap
cool.
up.
Yeah, I'm glad that we could talk
Yeah.
at length as much as we could. So yeah, we'll end it with this. So yeah, basically just which price could be here. I probably would have gone to like at least browse their PC parts one last time
Mhm.
to see if there was anything good. But I think because of like competition from like the internet and other stores and the pandemic was kind of like the last like like sort of the nail in the coffin, if you will. I think that's personally why fries couldn't survive, and also because like due to the massive size of the stores, it certainly gave them brand recognition with the themes, but it ended up being a reason why. I think it's one of the reasons why they couldn't survive. So Ross, any final thoughts?
Yeah, yeah, they couldn't last as long as they could because they thought like, okay, it's kind of like serious in a way. Like they can't. They thought they would last long because with all the options they had, but yeah, it turns out no one wants to have like a crap ton of options and then have like a crap ton of options, but those options, when you really look at it, it's not that many. Um, so with fries, it sucks that like I know it was on this like final let's see, it's final it was gonna die like last year. I know it was gonna die when all the shelves were empty. So what I'm saying is
Hmm.
that like I wish I should have taken pictures inside Fry's, not Best Buy. Um that time. Maybe I should
Yeah.
take pictures inside GameStop tomorrow. Just to like just for the memories, like when I like look back about maybe next year when GameStop eventually dies out. And Robin and like all these brokerages, like they like finally closed, like shut off every single person from buying GameStop stock. Like I have no idea how that works too with GameStop. What if Fry's was a publicly traded company and then people just decide to like short squeeze Fry's and then Fry's somehow becomes like like the next day it looks like a freaking castle or something. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that would
GameStop
be so
like
funny.
GameStop
Yeah.
I'm expecting like all locations to have like some sort of butler who like
Hmm.
cleans your hands for you and all that stuff. Like gets it like you walk in, and like everyone's wearing a suit. Oh man. But yeah, it's yeah, like remember go to GameStop guys, take pictures in there because you never know when GameStop is gonna last next year. Yeah, so yeah, that's all it's yeah. God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bobby,
So,
anything
but
else you want to add?
Not really. I think that just kind of sums it up, and I've said my piece, and who knows where GameStop will be. But yeah, so I'll let you go. So thank you, Ross, for coming on. It's been fun. And when you said that you were planning to come back to discuss the Switch on March 3rd, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the whole news about a certain video game series happening that happened. You're posting this video today, right?
I'm probably gonna do it more
Okay, so
realistically tomorrow.
okay, with all Pokemon news that happened 2 days ago, yeah, I have plenty to talk
Hmm.
about the Switch and its future in a way. So yeah, I'll see you I'll
Yeah.
see you, Bobby, and I'll see the rest of you viewers in the next. That's the next video, right? For the
Yeah,
Nintendo
March
Switch.
3rd. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you guys all in the next video, and I'll see you, Bobby, there too. So
Yeah.
thanks for having me, Bobby, and yeah, and good luck with whatever you're doing. Bye.
Yeah. So so everybody leave your thoughts on Fry's Electronics down below. This has been Ross and Blood Moon Bobby, and thanks for watching. Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos and ring the bell to be notified about my latest uploads. Don't forget to follow me on social media for my latest opinions and video updates. I hope to see you next time.